Welcome to Land of House. I'm Seth. Today I'm testing out the TreatLife ProSight outdoor camera, the PS10. This camera has lots of cool features such as AI tracking, night vision, has standard and high definition recording up to 4K. It also has an SD card slot, and you can use the mobile app and not have to pay for a monthly subscription if you don't want to. It uses both 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz internet connection, so you can use either one of those settings on your router. All right, let's start off this video by looking to see how the quality is on this camera, and then we will take a look at all of its features, and lastly I'll show you a basic install. This camera does use AI tracking. You can watch the camera turn as I walk away. Let's take a look at the TreatLife ProSight Outdoor Cam app. I've got that loaded up here. I'm going to select the camera that's currently installed. It's going to retrieve the data from that camera, and now I can see what that camera is seeing. So if I drag my finger across the screen, I can actually turn that camera, and it's pretty cool to see how clear this is. Now you'll see there's an SD option here in the corner. If I select that, I can change it to ultra high def. And so now that camera is seeing a lot higher definition. You can also continue to drag that and see what's going on out here. So this camera does have lots of different features. If I press the up arrow down here in the corner, I can see there's playback, there's gallery, theme color, private mode. And so right now I've got turned on the HDR for recording. I've got night mode turned on, spotlight is on. I'm going to click the auto tracking. I'm going to say detect motion and sound detection. That will basically say if it detects any motion or sound, it will then alert my app here to show that something is going on. I can also click the pan and tilt here and click and hold down, and it will adjust the camera as I'm holding it down. Very handy to have here. So I've got my camera mounted pretty low to the ground, but I can push the up a little bit. No, that's about max there. I can also click the down button here and get it to look down towards the ground. So technically you'd want to have your camera mounted a little higher than I do, but for this review here, it should be just fine. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn off the high def here just for the sake of speed, and we'll do a test to see between the two of them here in just a minute. All right, let me go walk outside, and we'll get a notification for both sound, and we'll get a notification for being able to see what's going on here. All right, now if I talk loud, there we go, sound detection. That's good. I can hear the feedback here, so I'm going to turn that off for now. It's a good feature to have. And now, let me step out, and it will detect the motion. As you can see, it was also auto-detecting the motion and following me, which is really cool to see. I'm currently standing about 30 feet away from the camera. Let me move around just a bit here so you can see what this looks like. So it's detecting both motion and sound at the moment. So you can see just moving around here. But let me go ahead and turn this from the standard to the high def, and we'll see what we get here. I now have the high definition turned on here, and I can move around and see what that looks like. I'm approximately 60 feet away from the camera. Let's see if it detects either myself walking or the noise here. Let me start walking to it. If I walk over this way, it will also pick me up over here. I currently have the camera set to infrared mode, and you can see I'm about 25, 30 feet away, and it is picking me up nice and clear here. So if I start moving closer to the camera, now I can see the red light here on the infrared, and of course it's got a little bit of the night light mode as well. But I mean, I could probably tell who I was by looking at this image here. So very cool. Kind of creepy, but it works out pretty good. It's nighttime, and I want to show you the spotlight feature. If I bring up the little arrow and turn on the spotlight, it will turn on for just a moment here, and then it will shut off. What's going to happen is, as soon as I walk in and motion is detected, it's going to hit me with the spotlight and turn on the full color mode. So let me walk over here real quick, and it will detect my motion and the spotlight will turn on. Bam, there we go. Spotlight is on. And if I look down here, you can see I am now in full color and it is nice and bright. So that's what the spotlight mode will do. If I turn that off, I can then go in here to the app and show you, if you press night mode, it has both infrared and full color. So infrared is going to be your grayscale, like you've seen in the past, as you can see there. And then if I go in here and do full color, that's what we were just seeing a moment ago as full color. Now, the spotlight mode is important whenever you have that on, because you're going to want to be able to have all of that light shining through, as you can see right there. So that's the two different modes. Now I'm noticing that there's this little dangly bit here, and the camera seems to really enjoy watching that. So let me go out here and pull this away real quick. Yeah, that's quite funny how it seems to find that movement and stick with it. Let's go ahead and go over here to the move option. I can move this back out here. Now you can turn off the auto detect and move like that. So if I go into the features and change the auto tracking, it will turn that off. And so basically my little road over here, it will always focus on that. So good to see. Now you can also record things. Well, first of all, let me go here to the messages. So if I click the messages, you can see where it has a motion detection where I just moved that piece away. Or I can go down here to sound detection as well. And it takes a little snapshot of the movement there. So let's see if we can find another one. So here's this one with me walking up. Now you'll notice that these are images and not recordings for video. In order to do a recording of video, I believe you have to go over here to this bar in the middle and actually, so if I go over here, you have to actually press the record button here. So now it's recording. I can step out. And after it's done recording, you can press stop. And it will save that to the gallery. So now if I go to the gallery, I can see my recordings here. And this is the one I was just doing. So I can basically watch me step out of the building and then move in front of the camera. Here we go. Yeah. And then the same thing goes with taking an image. You can use this here to record the audio or take an image along next to that. So it would be cool if it had the option to record video whenever it saw you, but perhaps that is part of the View Plus down here, where you can capture every moment with TreatLife. So let's take a look at the contents of the package real quick. There is a user manual. You have the camera, which we'll go ahead and take a closer look at here. And then there is a power adapter, a little bit of mounting hardware. There is a protective film here across the front, and you can see the lens right there. Now this does have the ability to spin left, right, and then tilt up and down. Just pop this down and out. It's pretty simple. Clip that back in there. Now it is USB based, and the adapter is just a USB, and so you do have to have power going to this unit since it is a corded camera. There is a dome on top which keeps the majority of the rainwater from getting to any circuitry inside. The camera does have two-way communications. Right under the lens there is a small microphone so you can hear what's going on, and if you turn it back here there is a speaker, so whenever you speak using your cell phone it can be heard here at the camera. It's time to install the TreatLife app. I've got it loaded up here in the store. Go ahead and open this up and see what it looks like. Agree to that. Let's go ahead and sign up here. For the basic setup procedure, I'm going to install this indoors and then we will move this outdoors whenever it is time. So I'm going to take my USB adapter and plug that up here and go ahead and plug this up to the wall. Now that I have the camera plugged up, let's go ahead and add a device here on my phone. I'm going to open up this protective cover here and manually press the reset button until I hear the ready to connect sound.
Ready to connect.
All right, I heard that. Press next.
QR code scanned.
I was able to manually connect the camera to the app. The issue was case sensitivity with my Wi-Fi name. So got that done. Hey, there I am. I am now showing up here on the camera. I let the TreatLife camera sit out here for a couple of days and I was able to capture several different types of wildlife. Oops. I just got a TreatLife notification that there's some movement. So I was able to catch a rabbit, a couple of squirrels, a chipmunk, and even some type of cat. I'm not sure what it was, but it was something decently big. I'll have those here on the screen for you to see. The camera has worked flawlessly. It is rather sensitive at night, especially whenever the little nightlight pops up here. It will attract some moths and other insects, and that flags a motion sensor. But other than that, it seems to be working quite well. Now here in the daytime, the AI does seem to determine if it's just trees moving or an actual object pretty well. The notifications I get for movement is very minimal unless there actually is something to be seen here. Now of course, where I've got this right now is not a permanent install. It's just an example because I'm close to the power cord up here. So if you want to check out more information on this camera, I'll have links down below so you can find that. I'm Seth with Land A House, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.